Hey everybody, welcome back to B-Dub's Disc Golf. I am at Johnson Street Disc Golf Course, and it's a windy day, but according to UDisc, I have not played this course in 2025. So I've decided to come out here, play it, see how I'll do. Man, it is crazy windy, so I don't know if you can tell from the camera, so I may not have the best round today, but we'll see how it goes. One of the things that I wanted to chat about this round is, how do you know if you're getting better at disc golf? And so I've got a couple of videos that'll be doing a little series on doing my personal best at different courses around the area. But today I actually want to use or talk about using the app UDisc. And one of the great things about the app UDisc, if you have it, it'll actually record how you do on all the courses that you play. But let's throw a couple off the top and see how we do. One of the downsides I have with Johnson Street is the sign for this basket is back there. So I actually don't remember how far it is, but I don't think it's that far. So we're gonna go with the PA2, see how it does. I think I got a tailwind. I'm just gonna go straight at it. Nice. Just for kicks and giggles, we're gonna go with a hyzer route with the Sensei. Oh, that was a little long. I'm gonna have to remind myself that my Sensei is not as stable as it used to be. But nice park job by the PA2 Gamera. So even though I'm doing the personal best series, it's still not the best way to determine if you're getting better, because everyone has a great day, everyone has bad days. And so having a blip where you just suddenly are 4 strokes under than what you're used to doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting better. And so one of the things I like about UDisc, and I've looked at some of the courses, and Johnson Street is one of them, where my first batch of playing at Johnson Street, going back to 2020, which is pretty cool, well above par. I think the first time I recorded on UDisc, I was 6 over. And then as you watch over the years, my bars are getting lower and lower and lower, where I'm consistently under par. And my best here, I think, is a 9 under according to UDisc. And so I think I might do a personal best at Johnson Street. I haven't decided. One of the downside reasons why I haven't really played it much is I used to work in High Point. I don't work High Point anymore. And I don't always want to drive 30 minutes for Johnson Street. Also because sometimes when I arrive at Johnson Street, it is crazy busy, like crazy busy. So anyway, I really like this course because it's where I sort of cut my teeth at disc golf. This is really sort of my origin story here at Johnson Street. So write down in the comments, what course was the course that really got you going in disc golf? What course is the one that sort of got you interested in the game and where you started to improve? All right, basket number 2, downhill, baskets up on the ridge to the right. I'm gonna go with my PA2 again. Come on. Nope, not enough turn. Sometimes I use my PA5 here, but my PA5 turns too much. So we're gonna do a quick flick of the distortion, see if we can't get close to the basket. That'll be all right. I missed my line a little bit, but this should be an easy putt for par. The other thing that's interesting about when you play a course a lot and you play a course over the years is you start to notice that at certain baskets, you start using different discs. So for example, on this one, I always went with an overstable fairway driver. I was gonna pull out my Banshee, but to be perfectly honest, based on the distance, I think I throw my Banshee too far. So I'm gonna put some hyzer on my Hex, see if I can't get through the right gap and out towards the basket. But if you don't use UDisc, number one, I think you should use UDisc because it helps you play brand new courses, tells you where the baskets and tee pads are. There's many times I've needed UDisc to navigate a course that I've never played before. But again, what I'm using it for lately is to sort of track my stats. track how I've been doing with things. So, all right, basket number 3. Again, I apologize. I'll try to put in the post edits, the distance of the short tee pads, but we're just going through that big gap on the right and see if we can't hyzer in towards the basket. So I threw it too far right, and you can see I didn't have enough stability, and I didn't put enough hyzer. One of the things that I'm actually working on is throwing more straight disc and working on my angles. So I did not have a good angle throw on that one. I go back to my interview that I had with Nathan Queen. And if you haven't watched that video, I encourage you to go down the list, see if you can't find my interview with Nathan Queen. Great guy, enjoyed playing with him. And one of the things that he said is that when he started, he threw pretty much nothing but straight mid-ranges. And it really does help you learn those angles and start relying less on the disc and more on your ability to throw properly. So imagine that. So my disc went way straighter than I wanted it to. It is pin high, but way right. So we have the circle 2 putt downhill. Ah, that was a good bid. Basket number 4, had an opportunity to give a quick shout out to Thomas and Jonah. So leave this moment to say, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, like and subscribe, and all the things that if you would love to do. So we are on basket number 4. I'll put the distance down, pretty much a straight shot. So I'm gonna go with my hex. All right, here we go. Axolotl time. Miss. Ah! Miss it. That's all right, that's a makeable putt. And the son looked like he was having lots of fun, which makes sense, because this sport is fun. There we go. Nice putt for par. Basket number 5, pretty short one. This is another one that, for whatever reason, I often miss. Amazing how often I miss a short, relatively easy baskets. I do have a tree in front of me, but man, look at all that space to miss. You go for the basket, so another putter shot, sensei. One of the things that is very different in my game now than it used to be is a course like Johnson Street, especially casual, I expect to be under par. And I've played a couple of tournaments where I've played tournaments here very well, because back in the day, this was my security blanket. This was my home course. And so that's another thing that can really affect how you play when you're at a course and you feel like you're at home. So it's kind of cool to be back, because like I said, I haven't been back in a long time. But Johnson Street's always fun. All right, here we go. What did I say about just one tree? The sad part is I know exactly what I'm doing, and I do it every time. When I have a very short basket, I fluff it.
I'm talking real fluffy ones.
Radical. I bet you're an awesome fluffer.
Yeah.
I bet you fluff those other riders right out of their biker shorts.
Charles?
I can picture you as a teenager fluffing all of New York City.
Charles, stop talking. Fluffing has a different meaning.
As if I'm afraid of going long. So I have to remind myself, don't be scared going long. Another 2, circle 2 putt. Get in. Nope. Too far right. Basket number 6 is a tough one because the basket is on a rocky hillside, so you have the risk of going long down the hill or hitting the rocks and getting some massive rollers. I've done turnovers to have it move to the left to right. Today I'm going to go with my sensei, putter time again. Hit the right gap and then have it as it slows down, hyzer towards the basket. I'm going to give it a little bit of height. I like that. At least I liked the way I threw. It looked like it might have gone long, but let's go check it out. So as I was saying, you know, I've been using UDisc a lot to sort of track my progress, which I do like the app for that. Another way that I've been noticing my own improvement of my game is how do I feel about pars? And so I'm at Johnson Street and I've been on a par train. And I think when I first started playing Johnson, I would have been super happy with where I'm at right now. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, why can't I buy a birdie? That's ridiculous. And so, so it's another way to sort of see how do you monitor the progress of your own game? You know, how do you feel about pars? And right now, to me, like if I were to accidentally miss this putt, I'd be super angry at myself, but I don't think I will. So I'm glad to get off the par train because I feel like at Johnson Street, I should be making more birdies. I really like basket 7 at Johnson Street. I like it from the shorts. I also like it from the longs. To me, it's just a classic. Can you throw a disc straight? Can you hit a gap that's a little bit distance down the way? And if you do those things, if I hit that gap, there's a high probability of making birdie on this. If I don't hit the gap, depending on the bounce, I mean, I literally could be looking at a bogey depending on the bounce. So I really like, it's a simple basket, but I love it. So, all right, basket number 7, PA2 time again, just through the gap. Nope, get lucky. That was not the gap I was going for, super lucky. Again, I fluffed it.
Stop talking, fluffing has a different meaning.
And you know why I fluffed it?
Stop talking, fluffing has a different meaning.
It's easy to go long on this. So even though it's throwing a putter, it's not that very long. It's really downhill. You probably can't tell by the camera. And so if you miss the basket, you're in the goalie behind it. So again, that's my new, before my nemesis was early releases, this is a kind of an early release. And now it's fluffing.
Stop talking, fluffing has a different meaning.
The disc and not committing to the shot. So just to give you a sense of the distance of this basket and how short it is, my disc, you saw, landed really short of the basket. And I'm either on the edge of circle 1 or just outside of circle 1 for a chance for birdie. And so that's why I mentioned why I got in my head that if I really got a hold of it, I could easily go long. And so I just fluffed it super short, and I'm still on the edge of circle 1, circle 2 for birdie. I do have a tree in front of me, but let's see how we do. Bird. So although that was a great result on 7, it was after a bad throw. So, but I'll still take it. Luck, whenever I can get it, I will certainly have it. So we're at basket number 8. Ooh, we have the sign nearby. So another short one, 179 feet, but we're up pretty straight, really steep hill going up towards the basket. It's still a short basket. So we're gonna see PA2 again, my Gamera again. So one of the things another way that you could sort of notice your improvement in the game, especially over several years, you've already seen I'm on basket 8, and how many times have you seen me throw a putter, whether it's this one or my sensei. I'm throwing putters a lot, and I know for a fact when I started playing Johnson Street, I was not throwing putters on so many pads. I think that'll be okay. A little too much hyzer, but I think it'll be all right. I almost switched to a more understable disc like my PA5. Because when you're throwing uphill, and I actually learned this from a tip from Holland Hanley, her Instagram. She gives great lessons on short Instagram posts. And she's the one that said when you're throwing uphill, throw something understable because you're gonna automatically, naturally put more hyzer than you expect. But I was hoping to get over on that a little bit more. And even still, where my disc landed, a pretty easy putt for bird. All right. So we're at basket number 9, another one of my favorite baskets on the course. It's pretty much straight but significantly farther than a lot of the baskets on the course. I normally go with my F5, but I am throwing into a headwind, or at least it looks like a headwind. So I'm gonna up stability a little bit with my Cicada. Also, I was thinking to myself, another great thing about UDisc and another way to see if you're improving your game, are you putting for birdie more often? And you know, so far, even though I was on the par train, I was still putting for birdie for a lot of those pars. Some of them are scrambles too, but when you're trying to determine if you're playing better, are you putting for bird more often? And so that's the other thing I like about UDisc. UDisc, you can actually mark if you pay for it. And it's not a lot, I think it's like 30 bucks a year, which is to me not bad. You can mark where your putts are. You know, are they in the bullseye? Are they 11 to 22 feet away from the basket? Are they 22 to 33 feet away from the basket? So within that 10-meter ring for circle one. And that's a great way to see if your in regulation in circle one is high. So like if you played a course and you shoot even, but you have 90% within circle one, that means you got to work on your putting. You definitely got to work on your putting. And so it's a great way to see what parts of your game you need to work on, or you need more improvement to get to that next level. All right, so basket number 9, we got to go a distance. We're going to go with the Cicada. The wind has completely stopped. So the question is, do I want to switch to my F5? And I think I do. So I'm very excited. Just got another hey on Johnson Street saying he appreciates my videos. And I appreciate you. So I've switched to the F5. I've not thrown the Cicada because the wind stops. And I better throw quickly before the wind comes back. And that was gorgeous. I'm glad I switched to F5. In case you're wondering, F5 is made by Prodigy. I find it, for me, my F5 flies pretty straight. It tends to move right a little bit first, a little mini S on the way to its target, and it usually does not finish hard left. My Cicada has more stability, tends to go straight, similar to the F5, but the Cicada usually does not move right very much. It just goes straight like an arrow and then finishes somewhat hard left. And so when I had the headwind, or at least when I thought I had the headwind, I wanted that extra stability of the Cicada. But when the wind literally stopped, I wanted to go back to my F5. And hopefully you saw that in the flight. Went right a little bit and then finished left. Got a really nice kick towards the basket and an easy putt for birdie. As I'm listing these things off, I should have numbered them so that I could have put a title, my top 10 ways to know if you're getting better at disc golf. So I don't know what number I'm at, but the other one is very simple. Do you know what your discs do? And so one way that you can tell that you're playing better than you used to is that when you pull a disc and you throw it, you know, or you feel confident that you know what the disc is going to do. And if you are a beginner, that's awesome. I want more and more people to play the sport because I think the sport is great. And this is not a video telling you what you're doing wrong. It's a video telling you how to monitor your progress. And again, it's something that's been on my mind. How am I doing in disc golf? So we are at basket number 10. I forgot to look at the sign again. Look in the corner to see how long this basket is. I'm going to put a little hyzer in my PA2. We got to go down and the fairway moves to the left, downhill towards the basket. Again, I fluffed it.
Stop talking, fluffing has a different meaning.
And again, I think I have a very good result. But I did not commit to that throw. And I've got to work on that. I'm fluffing the short, easy shots. I find sometimes when you have to putt between obstacles, like between two trees, it actually makes the putt easier because it frames the shot and almost creates a bullseye. Oh, that was so wrong. A little bit right, I have to admit. It was not a perfect putt, but I still wish it caught it. Another short basket, but I know it's less than 200. We're gonna go with the PA2. We have a few more trees between us and the basket, so let's see if we can't hit that air. Missed the air. You always have to celebrate the little things. I missed this, I hit this tree or that tree, but I hit the first gap. And so that was mission one, and I accomplished mission one. But you know, if I would have been just a couple more inches to the left, pretty confident it would have started moving left towards the basket. But what are you gonna do? I'm actually gonna run this. So this is a long circle 2 putt. I really liked it. So I'm gonna do something I've never done before. I'm gonna hit the right gap, but with my very overstable approach disc, the A1. I could go straight at it, which is not a bad play, but I like something that can hyzer in towards the basket. So even if I hit the steps or if I go above the steps, it's usually parked. But we're close for playing the shorts, so I need something that won't go very far, and this will not go very far. So here we go. And I need to put some mustard on it. Too much mustard and too low. Oh well. I don't hate my choice. I hated my execution, but I think the A1 hyzering towards the basket, not bad. Because I actually think I'm still on the edge of circle 1. Just missed my line. So it's all right. Here we go. Let's see if we can make this. Short armed it. So once again, and it's pretty rare that this happens, a disc that I want is not in my bag for the basket that I'm playing. And basically, so we are at basket, I think 13. Yes, basket 13 at Johnson Street. Very normal to be thrown into a headwind. Sometimes the headwind is very strong. Today it's a light headwind, but it's a headwind nonetheless. And I have done this more than once, I'm afraid to say, is I throw a disc, put too much turn on it, and it literally goes over the fence into someone's yard to the right. So I want stability. So the fastest disc that I have is the FX3 fairway driver. The flight numbers are 9, 4, negative 1.52. And this is a very overstable disc for me. I normally like to throw something faster and have it hyzer towards the basket. So let's see if we can't get this 9 to where I want it to go. Nope, too much. Hyzer, too high, all the wrong things, bad throw. I cannot blame the disc for that. I gotta blame myself. I was trying to flex it, and I did the opposite of flex it. And so for the beginners out there, when I flex a shot, I really want to get some ante on it. I want to get over on the disc, have the disc work to turn left because I've put so much torque to the right. And that one came out of my hand high, came out of my hand hyzer, angled to the left, and it just really had no chance. But I love a good scramble, and we are going to see the A1 again. Man, do I have nothing. I think that'll be okay. Whew. Nice scramble for par. I love a good scramble. This one is a fairly straightforward hyzer shot. I'm gonna go with my distortion, throw it straight ahead, and then have it hyzer towards the basket. It's hoping for a little bit more skip, but I'll take it. I love that birdie. Hey, if you haven't done so already, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. Still have the goal to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2025. We still have plenty of time, but I hope you're enjoying the content, and I hope you're enjoying this wonderful course, Johnson Street. If you haven't played it, you definitely should come out and try it out. We're at basket number 15. We have the fairway that just goes straight ahead, and then it's just going to move towards the right, towards the basket. PA 5. That should be perfect. I almost slipped off of the side of the tee pad. I actually find 15 to be the hardest basket on the course. I think you have to be good at turnovers. I actually don't think it plays well with the forehand, but you may disagree. If you have a good turnover and a good shot like I just did, you can have a good easy look for birdie. But it's a great course with challenges, both from the shorts and from the longs. I think 15 is crazy difficult. So I'm sweating like crazy. I start to sweat at 55. And we have been a string of 90s. We're going to be higher in the 90s. So one of the things I love to do on hot days in North Carolina is find nice wooded courses to play. We are at basket 16, a short basket. Can give a lot of trouble because really all you need to do is throw something straight ahead. It's a little bit uphill. If you go too left, too right, a tree can kick you into some no man's land. Another way that you can sort of track your progress, and UDisc does this as well, especially tracking your putting, but this is more of a feeling. And the question is when you putt, how do you feel? And so when I'm playing casual rounds, even circle 2 putts, I actually think I'm going to make them, and I just don't get nervous at all. Now, tournaments, completely different animal, but for those of you that are beginners and have not played tournaments yet, how do you feel about putting? Do you think it's the hardest thing in the world, or have you got to the place where you're expecting to make your putts? All right, here we go. Just straight ahead with the PA2. Oh, Yanksville. Get lucky. I did not get lucky. Man, that was a yank. So I'm playing this game with my hands. Because my hands are so sweaty, I'm using my chalk bag a lot. And my last throw, the disc just stuck to the hand. I got people behind me, so I just putt it really fast with the putter in my hand. I've got people playing behind me, so I'm gonna let them play through, but I'm sweating like crazy. So my hands are super wet. So I dry them off with my towel, and then I carry a sandbag on my clip. This is actually a Madison Walker whale sack that you can get online. Support Jomez Pro and support Madison Walker and Erica. I think they do a great show, and if you've never seen them commentate on pro events, you should, because they're awesome. But anywho, between wet hands, dry hands, chalky hands, I don't always get the mixture right, and that disc just held on to my fingers and just kept going. Oh well, what are you gonna do? So once again, I don't know how far this basket is. So we're on number 17. We're going downhill, baskets to the left. And I don't know if this is a bad idea, but I'm gonna go putter, go with my sensei, throw it straight ahead and have it hyzer towards the basket. And I think that was perfect. Quick shout out to Chris, who's only been playing disc golf for 6 weeks. Keep it up, Chris, and maybe this video will help to you to see if you're improving in the game. I love meeting new players because, as I said, I love disc golf and keep playing. So we are at basket 18. I don't know if UDisc calls this a par 4 or par 3. I know for the longest time, I've always just assumed this was a par 4. And here's my last way you can tell if you're improving in disc golf. Can you birdie or par a basket that you never would have even tried to birdie a par before. And for me, it's Johnson Street 18. And here's the crazy thing. Even if this is a par 3, I'm going to try to birdie it. And with my Prodigy D4. Give me some space. I forgot to look at the sign, but even at Johnson Street, par basket 18 is uphill and over 300 feet. And so if you're an amateur beginner, chances of you getting this in 2, I think, is crazy. So from a fun, average player perspective, I think it should be a par 4. But like I said, the idea that I can get up there from in 2, I think is a real possibility. Not today, maybe not soon, but I do believe strongly that one day this will be a birdie basket for me. Just like C at Horizons or 3 at Triad became birdie possibilities where I would have said, nope, not. And that's how you know when you're improving. I am not in a putting location, but I do have an easy upshot from here. So what I can say, in the knowledge of knowing that I'm getting better, 18 at Johnson Street is an easy 3 for me, or can be an easy 3 for me now. And it is possible for me to get into circle 2, at least, with 1 shot. So I foresee one day, hopefully in the next year or 2, that I will get this in a legitimate 2. Thanks for watching. Really do appreciate all of you. If you see me out there on the course, say hey, just like happened today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and keep playing. I hope you're getting better, and try out UDisc as a way to monitor your progress to see if you are getting better. And no matter what, hope you're having fun. Have a good one.